What's up everybody? Thank you for tuning in. So today's video is going to be about me recreating one of my favorite dishes from a local food truck. And I just want to start off by saying I know we love the convenience of being able to go out to eat and just pay someone to make us a delicious meal, but there is something really special about making your own food at home. You get to challenge yourself and see how the entire dish is made, and then enjoy your hard work at the end. And through this process, you're just more appreciative and connected to what you're putting in your body, and there's something just really awesome about that experience. So I went to a food truck called Kebab Casual here in Bellingham, Washington, and they're a Mediterranean style food truck. They serve anything from falafel to kebabs and sandwiches, everything in between. And what I ordered was called the cauliflower and onion sandwich. So what this is a flatbread with some beet hummus, and some coleslaw, pickled vegetables, shawarma spiced cauliflower, bell pepper, red onion, and a Sriracha Aioli sauce on top. There are so many elements to this sandwich, but it is so freaking good and they somehow all work together so beautifully. And I knew the second I ate it that I had to try to recreate it at home. So I'm going to take you guys through my attempt to recreate this dish, and I'll go through each element individually, making it from scratch, and I'll put the ingredient measurements in the description below. I really hope you enjoy this video. Let's get this started. Alright, so let's kick things off with that gorgeous beet hummus. The first thing you want to do is take some dry garbanzo beans and throw them into a jar, a cup, whatever you have, and just cover them with a fair amount of water and let those soak overnight. And what's going to happen is they're going to soak up all that water and at least double if not triple in size. Then I took about half a beet and chopped it up in some nice chunks and just threw it in some tin foil, drizzled some olive oil on top, and threw them in the oven at 375 degrees for about an hour until they were fork tender. So they're nice and hot, so I wanted them to cool down before I threw them into the hummus, so I put them in the fridge until they were cool. Once those were cool, I threw them into the food processor and just lightly pureed them. Should look something like this. Then I proceeded to add those soaked garbanzo beans, blended till smooth. Kind of realized my food processor was really small, so I had to take out about half that mixture. Then I added in some lemon zest, some garlic, lemon juice, some salt and pepper to taste, some tahini oil, olive oil, and then just blended that until it was smooth. Look at that. So bright. Alright, so for the flatbread, I first wanted to combine the wet ingredients. So I took some warm water and dissolved some sugar in there, mixed it all up. Then I added in some active dry yeast and mixed that up as well, and I covered it and let that get nice and foamy for about 10 minutes. Then I mixed together the dry ingredients into a separate bowl, so I did some whole wheat flour, all-purpose flour, and some salt, and then I blended that up until it was completely mixed, and then I proceeded to add in the wet ingredients, and I did about a quarter cup at a time, just mixing in between. And once it was too thick to mix with the wooden spoon, I began kneading it. So I threw some flour onto a table and just kneaded that dough for at least 10 minutes. Once that was kneaded, I put it into a nice little ball and I threw it into a bowl that was covered in oil. And I covered that and let it rise for an hour, and you want this to at least double in size. So once that has risen, you can rip off a chunk for your flatbread and just roll it out nice and thin. You want it to be pretty thin because once you throw it into the pan, it's going to rise quite a bit. So put a pan on the stove at about medium heat and throw in some olive oil and cook this flatbread on both sides for at least 4 minutes each side. Gorgeous. Alright, moving on to the roasted vegetables. So there were a lot of spices in this mix, so I just wanted to lay them out for you guys so you could see all of them individually. So I have some black pepper, turmeric, cumin, cardamom, coriander seed, ground paprika, some cinnamon, and some grated ginger, fresh. So I just combined all of these in a bowl. I already had the cumin in there, added in the ginger, turmeric, paprika, coriander seed, cardamom, the pepper, and then just blended that until it was completely mixed together. So I chopped up some cauliflower, some bell pepper, and some red onion. And I took a baking sheet and I just lined it with some parchment paper and threw the vegetables in there. After that, I drizzled some olive oil on top and then threw the spice on top of there. And I think I used maybe 1/4 of the spice that I made, so just use enough to cover all of the vegetables evenly. And then throw it in the oven at 400 degrees for about 20 minutes. It should come out looking something like this. Okay, so for the coleslaw / pickled veggie aspect of the sandwich, I kind of combined the two ideas together and just made a pickled coleslaw. So I took some of the coleslaw veggies, added some salt to pull that moisture out, get them nice and crunchy, and then added in some white vinegar. Mix that up nice. And then I just did some black pepper to taste. Mixed it up and tasted it to make sure it was good to go. And it was. Alright, so the easiest part of this sandwich has to be the Sriracha Aioli. It's 3 ingredients, super simple, just some sriracha, some plain mayonnaise, and the juice of 1 lemon. So I threw in the mayonnaise into a bowl and just put some sriracha on top. Squeezed in that lemon juice and blended it until it was smooth. Once it was smooth, I threw it into a squeeze bottle. If you don't have one, that's totally fine. I just want it to be fancy. And that's it. Really simple. So now let's throw this all together. Take your flatbread and then throw that gorgeous, gorgeous beet hummus on top and put that homemade pickled coleslaw on half of the sandwich, followed by the roasted vegetables. Make it look nice and pretty. And then just drizzle that Sriracha Aioli sauce on top. And there you have it, the cauliflower shawarma sandwich. So freaking gorgeous. I thought I had to eat this outside on this glorious day. I'm so excited to dig into this. All right, where do I even start? It's amazing because every element of this sandwich has such a unique flavor, yet at the same time everything fits together so well. It's seriously incredible. Oh my god, that cauliflower is to die for. Wow. Hey, thanks for watching this video. I hope this inspired you guys to start cooking more at home, making more meals for yourself, and becoming more connected to your food. When it comes to cooking, get creative, have fun, and enjoy what you eat. I'll see you next time.